Hello my dear students, welcome back to Beauty of Language. So today in this video, I'm going to give you a detailed summary of the story, The Last Lesson, written by Alphonse Daudet. So before I start the explanation, just a few reminders that if you are new to my channel, then please do subscribe it for further updates. And if you haven't subscribed it yet, then do subscribe it. And for all the explanation in Hindi, you can visit my channel Beauty Bharadwaj. Even though I don't suggest listening to Hindi explanation to English subject, but still if you want, then you can definitely find it there. And for the questions that can be, the possible questions that can be asked in the exams, the board exams, all the types of questions, I have put it all on my website beautyoflanguage.in. You can visit it there, read it, go through it and see if you can answer all of them or not. And I have also uploaded the short summary for this story and also the rest of the stories on my channel. Do go and visit it. I have also uploaded the important topics from Julius Caesar, long form videos, and all the summary of all the acts and scenes from Julius Caesar. All have been uploaded, line by line explanation of the poems, summary shots, main themes, poetic devices, everything has been uploaded. So please go visit, check it out. And also this video I have made it in such a way so that you will not have to refer to your textbook. Okay, suppose you have the exam next day and you just want to go through what all things happening there in this story, then just listen to this video. Franz, a French schoolboy, he tells the story. Okay, so he starts telling the readers that he was very late that morning, okay, and that morning while going to school, and was afraid that he would be getting a very tight scolding from his teacher M. Hamel, okay, who was going to ask questions on participles. And also Franz, he did not know even a word about it. So when you listen to this line, I hope you can relate with it, because there can be some portions of your syllabus still left that you don't know anything about. So same was the condition with this boy Franz. Okay, he even thought that let's skip the class today and spend the whole day outdoors. After all, it was so beautiful outside, and it must have definitely happened with you all that when you don't want to study, then everything else other than the class and the books, it looks and feels interesting, right? Right? Okay, so the same thing Franz also felt that day. Birds chirping, open field, back of the sawmill. Okay, the Prussian soldiers were drilling. He found it all very tempting than attending the boring rules of participles. But still he went to school, resisting all of them. Okay, so while he was passing through the town hall, there was a crowd in front of the bulletin board. So he says that for the last 2 years, all the bad news has been coming from that bulletin board only. So earlier, bulletin board, I hope you all have in your school, where all the notices and announcements are put up there for the students to read. There also all the news came from that, like lost battles, the draft, the orders of the commanding officer. So while passing, he thought, what can be the matter now? Okay, so he didn't wait to check off, because he was already late for school. So on his way to school, he even met a blacksmith, Mr. Watcher, who told him, don't hurry, no need to hurry. After all, you have a lot of time to reach school. Okay, so he might be saying this sarcastically. So normally when school started, it was very noisy, very busy. Okay, all the hustle and bustle. The noise was audible even from the street, desks opening, closing, students repeating lessons loudly, and the teacher hitting the table with his big ruler to make everyone quiet. So earlier it used to be like this. I don't know, today teachers don't have the permission to bring rulers to the school since there is no corporal punishment. But earlier the teacher used to hit the ruler on the table to make everyone quiet, or the duster. So, but that particular day, everything was strangely silent. Franz was hoping that the usual noise would help him slip quietly into his seat without being seen. But his bad luck, the classroom was so quiet, it was feeling as quiet as Sunday morning. So from the window he saw his classmates were already sitting in their places, and Mr. M. Hamel, he was walking up and down with his scary iron ruler. So Franz had no choice but to open the door and walk in while everyone was watching. So obviously he felt extremely embarrassed, his face turned red and he was very scared. But to his surprise, he was surprised to see that nothing happened. So Emma Hamel saw him and asked him to, yeah, बैठ जाओ. And he said that they were going to start the lesson without him. He said all of it very kindly, okay, very nicely. So when he settled down, he noticed that the teacher, Mr. M. Hamill, he was wearing a beautiful green coat, his frilled shirt and a little black silk cap, all were embroidered. And M. Hamill wore all these good dresses occasionally, okay, only on special occasions. So he says that other than that, the whole class being strange, he noticed one more thing. At the back benches, which always used to be empty, the village people were sitting, and that also very quietly, just like the rest of the students. So he describes who all were there. There was old Hauser with his three-cornered hat, former mayor, former postmaster, and several others. So Hauser, he even brought a book along with him that he kept opened on his knees, and it was a primer book. The books which is used in the primary classes. So while he was trying to figure out everything, M. Hamill, he stood up on the chair and said in a very serious tone, okay, it's the same grave and gentle tone that he used when he talked to Franz. So he said, my children, this is the last lesson I shall give you. The order has come from Berlin to teach only German in the school of Alsace and Lorraine. So the new master comes tomorrow. So this is your last French lesson. I want you to be very attentive. So these words were like a thunderclap for Franz. Okay? ऐसा लगा उसके ऊपर किसी ने बिजली गिरा दी हो. So he was shocked to hear that. Now, he knew what had come up on the bulletin board at the town hall, because he could relate, okay, that this was the news that had come at the bulletin board at the town hall. So there was a sudden realization to him that my last French lesson. So he thought that I can't even write properly. Now I'll never get a chance to learn French again. He felt very sorry for wasting his time earlier. So from the beginning itself, you must have got the idea that Franz had no interest in studying. So earlier also what he had done, instead of studying, he used to look for birds' eggs or enjoyed sliding on the Saar river. The books which he didn't like at all now felt like old friends to him. His grammar book and history book, which once seemed very heavy and annoying, they suddenly became very precious because he was about to lose them. So children, you must have felt this thing that we humans have this tendency to take things for granted that are easily available to us, right? So the moment we feel that it will be no more with us, we start to realize how important it is. Suppose the whole year you didn't want to attend your classes, you didn't want to be in the class, you bunked your classes. But the last day of the school before your boards, it feels, it has got something special in it. It has got a special feeling. Everything which you didn't want to do now suddenly start feeling good. So you must have heard the song Let Her Go by Passenger. I don't know if you have heard it. Well, you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. And you let her go. Very beautiful song. So this song is also kind of conveying the same feeling. Okay, so getting back to the topic. So he also started feeling very emotional about M. Hamill. So this mere thought that the teacher was leaving and he would never see him again, it made him forget how strict, how angry M. Hamill used to seem. He forgot all about his ruler. Okay, he forgot all about his scoldings, everything. So Franz, he started feeling very sorry for M. Hamill. He understood why he had worn his best clothes. M. Hamill just wanted to make his last lesson very special. So it was kind of, he wanted to honor his last lesson. And he also realized why the old men from the village were sitting at the back of the classroom. They were also sad, okay, because they also regretted not studying properly when they were young. So by coming to the class, they actually wanted to thank M. Hamel for his 40 years of honest service. Also, they wanted to show respect to their homeland, which was no longer truly theirs. It was their way of thanking Mr. M. Hamel. So while he was thinking all this, he heard his name. Okay, M. Hamel called his name. Now it was his turn to say the grammar rule about participles. So he says that he wished he could say it confidently, loudly, and without any mistake. But as soon as he started, he got confused on the first few words itself, and he just stood there holding his desk, his heart beating fast, and he was so scared that he could not even look up at Mr. M. Hamel. The teacher, he spoke very kindly. Okay, he did not scold him. He told Franz that he would not scold him because Franz already felt ashamed. He saw that he's already feeling guilty, he's already feeling embarrassed, and why should I make him even feel even more embarrassed? So M. Hamel, he explained that they always kept delaying learning, saying, I have time, I'll do it tomorrow. And now they were seeing the result of that habit. He said that this was a big problem in Alsace, that people, they kept postponing learning. Now the new rulers, they are going to make fun of them by saying that you call yourselves French, but you can't even speak or write your own language. M. Hamel also told Franz that he was not the only one at fault. Everyone had something to blame themselves for. So M. Hamel told that the class that their parents were also responsible for it. He said that parents do not care enough about their children's education. Instead of sending them to school regularly, what did they do? They preferred to send them to work on farms or in mills to earn a little extra money. He also admitted that he himself was at fault. So many times what did he do? He had asked the students to water his flowers instead of studying. So sometimes when he wanted to go fishing, he even gave the class a holiday. So M. Hamel also regretted this doing these things. So after that, M. Hamel, he started talking about French language. He said that French is the most beautiful language, is clear, logical, and it actually is. He told them to protect it, never forget it. He explained that when people are ruled by others, their language, okay, their native language is like a key that helps them stay strong, and that is a kind of hope for freedom. Then he opened the grammar book and taught the lesson. Franz was very much surprised at how well he understood it that day. Everything felt simple. He listened more carefully than he had ever listened before. And M. Hamel also explained that day with great patience. It looked like the teacher, that teacher wanted to give them all his knowledge before leaving. And in that one last shot, as if he was trying to teach everything in that one final lesson. I just want to share one more experience related to this. That when I was in class 10th, when I was going to give my boards, so there we used to have our send-ups. Then if we did not we did not get the passing marks, then we had to give the re-send-up. Then we had the pre-boards. I don't know, I'm not sure if you all have send-ups or not. But yes, pre-boards we also had to give that time. So I could not score passing marks in maths. Not in send-up, not even in re-send-up, not even in pre-boards. Because whenever I used to sit to solve a particular chapter, I got stuck in 1-2 sums and then left the whole exercise without finishing it, okay, without trying to understand it. So when the boards exam came closer, okay, our pre-boards were over and we had been given the holidays, means the time to study at home for self-studies. So now, at that time, I had this thing in mind that now I don't have time to delay this, okay. I have these 2 months, January and February, and in these 2 months only I have to prepare for my boards exam, and I cannot afford to fail again. So when I sat to solve the questions in which earlier I used to get stuck, I was surprised that the things which I was not able to solve, I could solve now very easily. Everything I solved. And by the way, I got good marks in maths. I got something about 85 marks in maths in just 2 months of study. So that was the thing that happened. Okay, so same thing is happening with Franz here, that earlier he was not knowing even a word of this French lesson, but now he was able to understand everything whatever Mr. M. Hamel was teaching. So after the grammar lesson, the class had a writing lesson. So M. Hamel had brought a new writing sheet for the students, and on those sheets it was written in a very beautiful and neat handwriting, France, Alsace, again and again. Okay, so these sheets were hung above their desks, and it looked like small flags all around the classroom. So everyone started writing seriously, and the room became very quiet. So the only sound was the pens scratching on paper. So even when some beetles flew into the room, nobody paid attention, and not even the smallest children that were studying there. They kept working, tracing their shapes carefully, as if that was also a part of learning French. So outside the class, pigeons were softly cooing on the roof. Now Franz wondered if the new rulers would try to force even the pigeons to speak German. So whenever Franz looked up, he saw Mr. M. Hamel sitting still and silently looking around the room. So it seemed like he wanted to remember every detail of the classroom forever. So you two must relate with him for at least 10 years, studying in the same school, same place to go every day, meeting the same friends, the same teachers, and then all of it came to an end with the boards exam. So it has been 17 years since I gave my 10th boards, and even today I feel so nostalgic. And since I had to leave my job too after marriage, so I can relate very well with Mr. M. Hamel also. I loved my job and I had to leave it. The institution from which I did my 10th and 12th, after a few years later I joined it again as a teacher, and it was so heartbreaking to leave it. I can't explain it in words. Okay, so I can understand how Mr. M. Hamel must have felt, and he taught there for 40 years. So it was 40 years is huge. So M. Hamel had taught in the same place with the same garden outside the window, his students sitting in front of him. So over time the desks had become smooth from the use. The walnut trees in the garden had grown taller, and the hop vine he had planted had climbed up to the roof. So Franz felt it must be so heartbreaking for M. Hamel to leave everything. He could even hear Mr. M. Hamel's sister upstairs packing their trunk because they had to leave the country the next day. But Franz, he stayed strong and listened to every lesson until the very end. So after the writing work, the class had a history lesson. Then the little children began repeating their basic sounds. At the back of the room, the old Hauser, he wore his spectacles and held his primer, okay, the primary book for children, with both hands, and he slowly tried to spell the words along with the small children. And even this old Hauser also was crying. His voice was shaking with emotion. It felt strange and touching, and the students, they felt like laughing and crying at the same time, because that last lesson, it stayed deeply in everyone's memory. Suddenly the church clock struck 12 and the Angelus bell rang. Okay, so at the same time, the sound of the Prussian trumpets that came from the outside as the soldiers, they returned from their drill. If you remember that in the beginning they were drilling. So M. Hamel, he stood up looking very pale, but he also looked very taller and stronger than ever. He said that, my friends, he tried to say something, but his voice broke and he could not continue. Then he turned to the blackboard, picked up a piece of chalk, and with all his strength wrote in very big letters, Vive la France. That is, long live France. So after writing it, he leaned his head against the wall. Without saying anything, he made a hand gesture to the class that school is dismissed, you may go. So in this story, the last lesson, it shows that a person's mother tongue, it is closely connected to their identity. It is closely connected to their freedom. And losing it feels like losing a part of themselves, as Mr. M. Hamel felt, and also the rest of the villagers, the students, everyone felt. So the story also highlights that how war can force people to give up their language, their education. So the story also teaches that learning should never be delayed until it is too late. So that was all about the story, the last lesson. I'll see you in my next video. Till then, bye bye. Take care.